Good morning. I'm getting ready to head out on my run this morning, and I wanted to share something with you today and invite you to join me in doing something to encourage one another. The run that I'm doing today is not a race. It's a self-guided 50K, and I would not be able to do this without my crew. And my crew is Peyton, Marley, and Eric. They'll be coming out in a little bit and helping me out, giving me water, giving me food, and most importantly, encouragement, because we all need that to keep going. And several years ago, I started a project called the Keep Going Project. It's mostly a blog, and but mostly it is about helping each other, encouraging each other to keep going, and we need that. And so what I'm doing today, what I want to invite you to join me in today, is to send a word of encouragement to someone. So, and here's the wild part, is I want to ask you to write it on a card or on a paper. So I'm going to send a written note in the mail to tell someone how much you appreciate them. Let's be each other's crew today. We need that. We need each other. We need these words of encouragement. We need these words of keeping going, these words of you can do this in this life, because we all know how tough it is and how tricky it is. And we all know too how sometimes just that one little word means so much. So would you take 5 minutes and find a stamp and find a card and write it out and send it to someone today? Thank you. Have a great day and keep going. I ran 50 kilometers, which is about 31 miles. How far did you run?
I ran about 10 seconds capturing a video of you crossing the cattle car.
I remember that. That was nice to have you running with me, though. I appreciated it.
10 seconds?
Yeah.
You're going over a cattle car. That is the funniest thing we've ever seen. What was the craziest thing you saw?
Well, there was this one moment when I didn't realize I was running past a small herd of cattle. And all of a sudden they started running. And so it felt like there was a little cattle stampede going on around me. What was your favorite part of the day?
I say my favorite part of the day was hanging out the side of the window, singing. I don't know if it can really be counted as singing. Was there?
I'm sure it was good. I think that was actually one of my favorite parts too, is just I was running along and then saw you and Peyton hanging out the side of the truck and thought, that looks like a lot of fun.
It was.
I'm really glad they're having a good time. Probably not something we've done a whole bunch of. Hanging out the side of vehicles.
Oh, all the time.
I know what I ate. I was kind of wondering what you guys were eating out there. I mean, I had runner food, but what was going on in the truck?
We had a little party in there. What was the crew's job?
Well, I was kind of wondering about that too.
Yeah.
What did the crew think their job was?
We definitely did our job, thank you. We filled up a couple water bottles. Only one cap got put on the wrong thing. We put the water bottle cap on the jug of water. That was fun. I don't know how that went when you tried to open it.
I don't remember.
Oh yeah, it was about mile 30. So.
Hungry, Katie? How am I
Whoa, oh my goodness, hold on tight. Holy cow. Oh my goodness.
I did give you guys a bit of a list of things to do, and I really appreciated it because you were there and had the food for me that I needed. There was the last mile that was a little scary because I realized it was starting to get hot, and I just realized that moment of what it was like to be out in the desert without water as I was watching the truck drive away, and I was like, hey, I need water. And I just thought that you were just gonna go wait at the finish line for me, and it was so scary to think about. It was just scary to think about running the last mile without being able to see you. And so I texted I texted you while I stopped and sent you a text and thought maybe the messages will get through.
Up in the mountains, no service, she texted us.
But eventually you did stop and
right.
got water for me.
That was, I believe, Peyton was driving. We kind of took off. So when I drove, we stayed behind you. I think you might have like lost us behind you. At one point we didn't know which direction you took, so we were kind of guessing. Because there's like a fork in the road.
Oh.
So if we were behind you, that was me. If we were like, probably you couldn't see us actually because we drove in the little paths that Dad took us on. We did have a little fun.
Huh, I never knew any of that happened.
We saw an
Amazing.
old cattle guard.
Oh.
Or an old cattle, what you call it,
Bloopers.
Now let's talk about the finish of your run. Because I do recall there being a finish line that you avoided.
We didn't plan on the finish line, did we?
Right.
Yeah.
I did mark a finish line, actually. She went to the opposite side of the finish line.
It did feel really good to be finished, though.
Mm-hmm.
That is for sure. And to stop and I really was craving a stream or a water or something to get in, and there was no stream, Or no water. There were
we,
bees.
We ran across the San Pedro River. Or you ran across the San Pedro River.
Right.
I rode across the San Pedro River.
Yeah, there's no water in it.
So you could have ducked the water.
Well, but you guys did hook up the hose that did.
Oh yeah. They spread you down. Really? How was it?
Come on, Mom! Finish strong! Almost there! Right here! You got this! Come on, Mom! Finish strong! Finish strong! Right through here! Woo! 50K finisher!
Thank you all for joining us. Thank you for supporting the Keep Going project. I put out a video on, sorry, Amelia. You can't see Amelia right now, but she's yawning. But I put out just an encouragement to you to send a note, a handwritten note, because those are extra special, to someone that you think of right now, you know, because we all just need those messages. We all need those encouragements, and that's why I do these runs, or it's part of why I do these, is just to encourage us all to keep going. And it's one step at a time, and we do it together. So this run is about being each other's crew. And I think we're each other's crew when we reach out and when we just do something that might seem so simple, but really is something huge in someone's day. All right, cut. We did it.
Good job,
and
Lily.
we washed the window.
Yeah, that was the main part of washing the window.